Hey, beautiful soul. You're listening to the Rising into Mindful Motherhood podcast, your weekly dose of fertility wisdom. I'm your host, Dr. Katie Wood. I'm a barefoot mama bear, pharmacist, and integrative fertility coach. This is your go-to podcast for all things to naturally nourish your fertility, embody womb healing, and reclaim your feminine power to accelerate your path to pregnancy. My expert guests and I will be having intentional conversations to discuss the many facets of a thriving, fertile foundation, natural wellness, and how we grow and transform as women on our journey to motherhood. So let's dive in, shall we? Hello and welcome to Rising into Mindful Motherhood. I'm really excited to have you here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Whether you are a returning listener or a new listener, welcome, welcome. So for this episode, one thing that I want to talk about, my heart goes out to women who are feeling like they're at this fork in the road, this crossroads. I've had a lot of women reach out to me in my community and basically say, I have done X, Y, or Z. I feel like I have done everything. Nothing has worked. I'm taking a break. I don't know what else to do. And it's almost like this feeling of burying your head in the sand, right? We don't want to look at it. We don't want to think about it. We don't want to talk about it. We're just so frustrated and angry and desperate and upset that we just want to ignore it and pretend it doesn't exist. But here is the problem with this. We can't just ignore what is on our heart, what we are desiring. We can't just look away, look in the other direction. That's not resolving anything. That's not helping anybody, especially yourself, right? We just want to shrug it off and put on a brave face and move forward, move on. I am all for listening to your body and your heart and your mind and your soul. And if a break is what you feel like you need in this moment, you feel like that is the best step to take. That is what your body is speaking to you. That is what your intuition is speaking to you. By all means, do it for as long as you need. But if you're coming from it in a space of, I don't even know what else to do. I don't know what direction to take. I am getting very overwhelmed and overstimulated and confused, maybe feeling lost at all of the things I'm seeing on social media, things that my family and friends are sharing with me, things that my doctor is saying to me. You just feel at a loss, right? You feel like you don't know what is the best next step for you to take. Your mind is just, I have no idea. I have no clue. This is when it can be a problem because one, we are leading our fertility journey in our mind. That's mistake number one. Two, by doing that, our mind is chaotic. Our mind and our thoughts feel scattered. That is why we are feeling like, I don't know what the right answer is. I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to stop trying to get pregnant, or I'm just going to not have a child, I guess, right? I'm just going to throw in the towel and give up. What this is signaling to you is you are leaking your fertile life force energy. You are giving your power away, or you just have all along you have been giving your power away to fertility fads, your doctor, friends and family, whatever it may be, by doing things that weren't really in alignment with you for your fertility. But the beautiful thing about this is that feeling, right, in your body, right? You might be thinking it in your mind, but it is also a sensation and feeling in your body of flusteredness, right? We're flustered, we're frustrated, we're at a loss. Maybe you have experienced more than one miscarriage. Maybe you have experienced more than one failed IVF treatment. And you feel like you have done everything you were told and you still didn't get the result. You feel like you did all of the things, right? Cycle tracking, taking your supplements, cleaning up your diet, trying to eliminate stress, cleaning up your environment, and then it still didn't work. So then what do? We blame ourselves. We go even harder in the space of needing to fix, right? We feel broken. We feel like we need to fix ourselves. So going back to when you're feeling like, I just don't know what else to do, so we're going to step away from fertility. That's a big sign that you are leaking your fertile life force energy and you have given your power away. But I have really good news for you. You get to take your power back. You get to restore your fertile life force energy. And you even get to be overflowing, your cup overflowing with vitality and your fertile life force energy, which is necessary to bring baby in. That is a choice, and that is all you have to do is one, decide. Two, learn how to connect back to your body, right? How did we get into this place? We were leading ourselves in unalignment because we were using our thinking mind instead of taking it to the body. The body is always going to lead you in an aligned way. But what we have lost as a society and modern women is the connection with ourselves, with our bodies, the trust within our bodies, right? We have been raised to shame and blame our bodies, not trust our bodies, be the good, quiet girl in the back, don't cause any issues, don't speak your truth, right? Don't ruffle feathers. So you get to decide, and then you get to rekindle, right? I'm just like, in my mind's eye, I'm just seeing like stoking a fire within yourself, passion, burning desire, creativity just flowing out of you, ideas, dreams, inspirations wanting to be birthed out of you. But we have been basically like blocking that, like just not even seeing it. We've just been looking straight ahead, not even seeing all the possibilities around us, just eyes straight ahead on the goal, on the outcome. I must get pregnant. This is what I need. And I'm going to do whatever I am told I need to do to make that happen. but we're not taking it to the body. So this is when you get to decide and you get to come back home to that and rekindle that flame, that power within yourself. We are so freaking powerful as women. And a lot of us don't even know or realize or understand what it feels like to be a woman in her power. A woman in her power doesn't look outside of herself for answers. She looks within. She connects with herself, breathes. She's connected to nature, and she finds the answers within herself. And when she has something that she wants, like having a baby, having another baby, expanding your family, she goes for it. She's not going to be told by anybody, her doctor, a family member, a friend, that it can't happen for her. That's just not even on her mind. That's not in her vocabulary. It's unaccepted. It's not her truth. Whether it's you can't get pregnant, period, or you're being told you can't get pregnant naturally, or you can't sustain this pregnancy, you can't give birth in the way that you want, whatever it may be, that's not for her. She is not available for that. I remember when I was pregnant, someone had mentioned like, oh, I hope that it sticks. And in my mind, I mean, I was younger, I was naive, I hadn't done the work or education that I have now. And I was just like, well, that's a weird comment to make. Like, why wouldn't it? So that thought wasn't even, it just wasn't even floating in my mind. So what are you available for? Come back to the foundation of your desire. Why do you want a child? What is making you desire that? Do you believe that having a child is meant for you no matter what? No matter how it happens, no matter when it happens, you just know that that unconditional love that you can provide for a child and the child can provide back, right? It doesn't matter. All the other things don't matter. That's what matters. Being in that feeling of your desire, of having your desire, no matter what. So if you're in this place, I'm holding space for you because I understand what it's like to be living out of your mind. And it's, poof, you are allowing your mind to rent too much space in your journey. You are allowing your hypervigilant, overwhelming, ruminating thoughts take too much space in your head. And you're living out of your head. And it's really hard. That's when we get frustrated because we're coming from it from such a logical, rational place, right? A plus B equals C. So if I do X, Y, and Z, then that equals pregnancy. So that when that doesn't happen, our mind is, whoa, what do I do now? I guess I'm just going to give up and be resentful and blame and shame for the rest of my life. No, you have the power, ladies. I'm telling you. And I have a really, really easy, beautiful way that you can tap back into this energy now. I have a free 7-day challenge, Fertile Womb Embodiment. Each day, you're going to learn how simple and how easy it is to just come back home to yourself, to your soul, your spirit, your intuition. And even if taking a break still feels good to you, that's fine. But whether you're trying to get pregnant or not, this is a lifelong skill to be able to communicate and correspond and collaborate with your body, especially on your journey to and in motherhood. It is so important. There's going to be so many times when you're a mother that you're going to need this. When you're pregnant and everyone has all these opinions and you should do this, you shouldn't do that, blah, blah, blah. What is right for you? And then your birth. What feels good and aligned and safe in your body? And then in motherhood. Maybe your child doesn't feel good. Do you always want to be in a panic and bring them straight to the doctors every time they don't feel good? Or do you want to tap into your mama intuition and be like, okay, he or she doesn't feel good. I say she because I have my daughter. But is she still eating? Is she still drinking? Is she resting? How is her behavior? We are able to tap in and decide, you know what? I think I'm able to take care of her here. And if things progress, then we'll definitely go to the doctor if we need to, or whatever it may be. So I have a free 7-day challenge that is going to bring you step by step back home to your body, show you exactly how you can connect with your body, your intuition, listen to it, how you can begin trusting it. There is a very potent practice in there that doing that is going to help bring in so much safety and clarity and awareness within your body that even if right now you're feeling so stuck, so lost, you couldn't possibly even know what the best step is moving forward to your dream of becoming a parent. This is going to help you realign, get back on the horse, get back on the bike. It's going to help you be able to move forward. Whether that looks like, hey, you know what? We're done. We're just going to let life unfold as it's meant to. Or maybe it's, no, I do want to try. I don't want to go down the road that we were, but I want to go down this road instead and see how that feels and see how that looks for me. There have been women who have literally been on their fertility journey for years and years and have done IVF after IVF after IVF, maybe even donor eggs, donor sperm, whatever it may be. And then they step away from that because it truly wasn't aligned. They take another route, right? They nourish their mind, their body, their spirit, and they get pregnant, either naturally or they try the IVF again and they get pregnant. That is the difference between leading your journey in alignment and doing things because you're told to do it this way, or you read it on a social media post, or you read it in a book, but it's not meant for you. That's when we get into this like sticky feeling of what do I even do next? So the link is in the show notes for this 7-day free challenge. I'm also going to be in the group with you to answer any questions to help support you along the way. But this was on my heart to share because I recently was connecting with someone who said she had experienced a second miscarriage and she's just stepping away because it all feels very overwhelming and overstimulating, and she doesn't know how to move forward. So thank you for listening. I'm excited to see you inside Fertile Womb Embodiment, the 7-day immersion, and really just excited to hear about your wins, because I know that making this reconnection to ourselves has made such a difference for my clients, for other women in the community. So I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Rising into Mindful Motherhood podcast. If this episode resonated with you or gave you an aha moment, stop what you're doing right now and write a review. This simple act of kindness helps me get this podcast out to connect with as many women as I possibly can. I also have a special offer. If you send me a screenshot of your review, I will take $250 off one of my premium coaching containers. Let me know what resonated with you the most and why. So connect with me in my free Facebook community or tag me on Instagram. You'll find both listed below. Thanks again from the bottom of my heart for tuning in to this episode, and I'll see you next time.